Rahman and Arijit Singh. It's like a video call, is it?
I don't know.
Orichori. The second music of Orichori. It starts with sarangi, right? That bullcart, the sound is going on loop, and then.
You know, A.R. Rahman had production for this
he
video
was
call.
like, you know what?
I've not performed like that in ages.
Well, that movie's old.
Two piece. It was like this, no?
Oh, what a cool little change.
Something like that.
Come on,
So they
what
just-
a flex.
They sat down and they discussed music like that. That's sick.
Talking in music, literally. And you know what? If you hang out with musicians, you know that that's literally how they talk.
What's your favorite song?
What is that?
Yeah,
rag?
in the song, you know, oh, sorry. What did you say?
There's a song in a film called Water that you can.
Oh, yeah.
And Sadhna Sargam sang that song, I guess. I don't remember exactly.
Nena Nirma.
Near Bahai.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite.
What is that rag? I don't understand that rag. It's
I
about
think it's Bhatiyar, Mishra Bhatiyar. or
Mishra
something like
Bhatia.
I love that.
that. Yeah.
You can see him ticking, like he's literally.
It goes like that, right?
Yeah. I think there was a very famous ad with Kavita ji sang, and there was a composer who was very adorable composer, very old composer. I think Vaidyanathan or in the north.
Okay.
So he used to compose only for jingles mostly,
Okay.
and I think it's Vaidyanathan.
The two
And I
introverts
used
talking
to
to each other.
wait for
Yeah, it does feel like that, right?
positions because when I used to do jingles, his stuff used to stand out, and it had that.
Is that how AR began doing jingles for
Interesting.
things? It's a good way for composers at the beginning to monetize and survive.
And to find their own sound too.
amazing. What I said, that the spirit of a rag always imbibed into whatever he used to do, and yeah, so we all grew up with many teachers.
Yeah, of course.
And for me, there's still teachers around. Like, still I feel like, oh my God, what is this? Who's this kid who's singing? 8-year-old singing Bhairavi like this, you know?
I love that they because they're so probably quite introverted, both of them. They're like they have their instruments because that way they can at least
feel the silence if they're
with
trying
the
to find it out. Yeah, I know.
Anjali Gaikwad, you know, when she sang, I was like blown away. And so blessed. You know, every gamaka, everything would be bang on. There's no
That's awesome.
slip in it. You heard her, right?
No, I didn't.
I think.
How about we think about how you incorporated chord progressions into a raga, like
That's a very
good question.
how do I define this? Like, it's very difficult to imagine a specific progression in
Out of a rag.
raga like Multani, or for me it is like that. For me the chord structure becomes very weird. But I have always seen that
So it's not just us, because
That's a
we
very
were
good
actually talking about this where we were like, obviously
always
we don't know obviously as much classical as Arijit, but we were discussing.
They were forced to do this.
Oh, you think so?
That's what people are saying. I don't know.
Why? Why would they have been forced to do this? To promote what?
Don't know,
Because
maybe
the only reason why I would think they were forced is if there was like
marketing behind it. Yeah.
Correct. I will get to every super chat. Just give me a sec, because obviously the things take a bit of time. They're just introverted for money. Yeah, but who won here? I don't think they were forced. They're just awkward. That's probably more plausible.
Rahman
Yeah, so we-
surprise for us. Like, okay, this rag is like this progression now.
Correct.
We have got this now.
Because
That's
it's
a
actually
case of-
quite we move into his reply,
Answer.
what I have to put out into consideration is that a rag has a very specific way. It has its own scale,
Yeah.
right?
So it's trajectory.
So it has its own trajectory. So its beginning and its end. So what happens when you modernize that and incorporate all of those notes, because you cannot leave any out. If you're basing a song off of a rag, you can't just take notes out, because then it's not a rag anymore. So what happens when you have to integrate all of those notes into a song? It just
Correct.
makes it a really challenging,
Yeah, it's difficult.
from a composer perspective, a really challenging project.
Check out the Agare Tumsa to part of the video. What timestamp is that?
Yeah, if I it's interesting because I was trying to do something a couple of days back and in Malcons.
Malcolm's, okay.
Malcons is like
You see how many notes are
after a
in
while
that progression?
you feel restless. Oh my god, same 5 notes, come on, do something else.
Yeah.
So the melody doesn't go out of the thing, but the
Right.
chord can
Yeah.
slightly slip away, do some secret things.
Yes.
But it is how you feel.
What a
Sometimes
flex.
certain things are awkward. And just before the final mix, I take out something. Oh my god, it's too much.
Right.
It's, it takes away the feel. When you keep listening to it repeatedly, if it does something harm to your system, spirit, that means something is not working. Just because it's new, it doesn't have to work. So I take out many things and go back to, I copy paste the first arrangement. Or so it is a process. It's not like in one day you create magic.
Of course.
It's like a medicine, every day you take. After 1 week, there's a change. And then you have to do something
That's
else.
such a good analogy, though.
So that's why, you need time. And we're all like human. We're not machines. Deciding on formulas. Even though formulas are good, you need time to think. And that's when people realize, I listened to it first time, I didn't like it. But I'm liking it the third time, fourth time. Because, there's so much, even the process is like that.
Right.
Process, it's not simple. It's filtered and filtered and filtered and filtered and filtered. And towards the end, after you do everything, it goes out. If you, oh my God, I missed something.
Yeah.
The mix could have been, the
little bit
vocals could have gone up. Or,
Right.
You're never happy.
It's interesting.
That's actually
I was
true.
going to ask. Well, obviously, I thought we were interviewing him.
Yeah.
I was going to say, interesting. I was going to ask. So how do you maintain like your, what I call them like pillars of truth in music, which is like how are you able to maintain specific either variables, people that maintain your compass and let you know whether you're going in the right direction, and then you know that the project is finished, because
You can fall into that trap of like
And then
fixing and
it never gets
adding-
done.
Yeah.
Is it 54?
54-15.
They said the most replayed part is here.
The sound is going on loop, and then
That's the part that we just watched.
Oh, whatever.
Full again.
which film? Kadal, right?
Cuddle, yeah.
And finish the recording, and it's better to chop off things later and find the right one for that timing, basically.
Correct. So do you remember for Tum Saath Ho, you gave 2 options. You said, okay, because you gave an octave high and octave low.
Yeah. Because the low was very low for me, so I thought let me try one
Correct.
open voice.
Yeah, you did that, and that one good thing you did was you had just done it exactly the same.
Yeah.
Exactly the
Without
same,
any sync issues.
Yes.
So I accidentally put both on.
I was surprised.
Wow, this sounds.
Yeah, because that was a mistake, right?
Yeah, I don't think that was.
It was out of sync. I wouldn't have used it. It was bang on sync. I said, okay, let's put together. So when we do shows, what we do is we get a female like Neeti
To-
Moon
yeah.
or Janita sings the octave high.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they both sing together to get that same effect.
That's insane. That's
Yeah, because
so
the actual
fabulous.
full story of the making of Agaritum Satuho is basically all to do with Alka Yaknik's career.
Yeah, it really did. It's just having something in the shelf for a while and just
Yeah.
bringing it back out.
And then that from my understanding of what you guys have told us and sort of what other people have mentioned us from the industry, is like that was essentially the coming out party again for Alka, because it had been a very long time.
Yeah, that's right.
And no one thought that this was going to be the song, because actually everyone thought the song was shit.
Yeah, well, actually, because it felt so disjointed, but in conjunction with the storyline and where it comes in the film, it has such an impact. I actually think it's one of the most beautiful sequences of that whole film.